Getting ahead is often hard. The question is, what are you doing that guarantees some results? Today we look at that and give you some thought processes that can help you get going in the right direction. Roll it. Alright guys, so I had this email come in from somebody who's been watching my videos, and they asked me, I'm trying to get ahead with my life. I'm confused as to the next steps because every time I try to make some changes, one thing leads to another and I don't really get ahead. This is normal when somebody decides to make a change. You're not going to get it right the first time. The important thing is that you're trying to make changes. You're reaching out for help. Now we need to realize what the most important thing is, and that's what is our end goal? Where do we want to go to within 3 to 5 years? What do we want to see realized? In most cases, people jump right to there and they start putting up these barriers for themselves on an emotional level because all of a sudden they think they should get there because other people are doing it. The reality is that we're not everybody, and all those people that you see who have reached that stage aren't there overnight. Always taking some time to step back from this and really think to yourself, where am I in this journey, will help you bring yourself back to earth. Calmness will come into play and you'll start really seeing what needs to occur in order for you to start achieving some of these goals. Firstly, we want to organize our thoughts. We really want to sit down and ask ourselves, where are our thoughts at? What is actually achievable? What is not achievable? And how do we make it there? Each thought should be really calculated on the importance level and also on the ability level. After making this list, you'll be able to see what is realistic and what is not realistic, and being that it's organized, we can start putting them into a proper sequence of events that we need to take. Pull out your good ideas. This is where we sit down and we say, out of all these, what will push me faster in the direction I want to go? Your ideas can't just be, everything. They need to be shrunk down such that those good organized thoughts you had really start to play out in goals that you can start achieving, where you have the small goals and then the bigger goals start working together. Thirdly, we need to look at, alright, we've started doing all this. How do we now structure so we see results? Structuring results for success takes time. It's not overnight. And the reason I say this is because you're going to start thinking that everything you did in the first 2 steps is correct. However, life has a funny way of just popping up stuff you never guessed you would be doing. My personal example of this is the camera stuff, all this video work that I've done. I didn't think I was going to be going through this whole process and spending so much money to get it to that level I wanted it to be at. I can tell you, data was a biggest surprise for me. I wasn't expecting the data issue. I wasn't expecting that I needed to get a new laptop with a video card. It's money just coming out. The lights, for instance, it just keeps on growing, and there's things I need, and I've realized as I went through that I would need this, so I had to make these changes. So now we go back to the drawing board and we start structuring everything for success. I now have 90% of the things I need in order to do the things I want to achieve, and I'm able to restructure everything in a manner that all my thoughts that I originally started with start to get in line with my end goal. This took over 4 months, 5 months to do. It wasn't overnight. And people ask me, you're starting the YouTube channel, well, what's that doing for you? Well, I don't really need 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 100 million people. What I really need is for it to be that place where I can send people to, a place where I can see it start growing slowly over time. Yes, I'd like to have 10,000 by the end of the year. I'd like to have 100,000 by the end of next year. Things like that, yes, it's, everybody would want those. But for my purposes, it's not a necessity. What I want to achieve with this channel is being able to have a place where I can give away my knowledge and understanding of everything that's occurring in the world and how to be more successful to help people through their issues that they're dealing with, because I know this channel can help them. So when we're looking at this whole process, and in my example, for instance, I'm doing things based on a certain vision I have, and it's a little bit different than other people. And when we compare other YouTubers, for instance, who are doing it for the fame, others are doing it for the money, etc., we have to look at it and address our pursuit for this increases that we're looking for, those goals that we set out for us, and we gotta structure everything appropriately. Yes, sometimes it will take more time than others, and that is fine. You just need to be able to go back into this loop of the steps in order to keep on adding or removing the steps you don't need. Get everything structured in a nice way, get organized nicely, and success will come your way. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Visit the website, click on the link that is there, and send your email response so that you can get your question addressed. And of course, hit that button and hit subscribe.
Snowy